Okay, we're going to start living a whole lot differently nowadays. And it's happening already. And it's really the internet that is causing this. I watch this next interview with this fella. He got almost $1 million, almost $900,000 for a little button. You put a little button somewhere and then you just press it and something happens because it's connected to the internet. Like you want to unlock that door, you push this button, all that's connected to the internet, it goes. You put a little button on your lapel, maybe for safety, and you push the button and all of a sudden it calls 911 or somebody that you're in trouble and where you are, they know where you are and all that kind of stuff. It happens. You're driving down the highway and you're going to be late again for dinner and your wife said, oh, you're late one more time and if you don't call. All you do is press the button and it leaves a message that, hey, where you are and how long you're going to be there. All by itself. I mean, it's amazing what's happening because of the internet. It's called the Internet of Things. Everything can be connected to the internet, and it makes it easier. I mean, what the fella does too for his grandmother, who is actually his mom, but the grandmother to his kids, is still in India. He lives here in the United States, and he put like pictures of his grandchildren, and then he put a button on the picture. And so when they press the button, it calls on her cell phone for that child. All she has to know is that picture and the button, and it makes her call that child, and so she doesn't have to figure out all the complications of what's happening in the middle of all this. See, and that's what to me the internet is so exciting. And products like this that are not being invented by 3M or some Fortune 500 company or something like that. No, they can't get out of their own way. Here's a guy just dreamt up the idea, found a little money to put the whole idea together, and then goes on Indiegogo, a crowdfunding site, and gets almost $900,000 because it looks so cool to everybody, and he hasn't even made them yet. That's money that he's generating before he goes to produce the things. Now with the $900,000, he can produce a whole lot of these things. And what's so neat, see, he has customers. These are people who paid in advance before you have the product. That's why there's no other place now that you could do something like this. Who the heck else is you're gonna go into a store and say, well, yeah, give me the money and I'll be back in 3 months with the product. No. But that's happening on the internet, and that's why it's causing us to start more businesses, be more independent, make things better, faster, cheaper than the big companies because you're in control. And you don't have to have meetings and big company. And the big companies, see, they need billions of dollars for an idea. And so they're not going to waste their big, elephant company, to go down something for only a few $1,000,000 or something like that. But you would. What the heck, a few $1,000,000 isn't bad. And that's what's happening. So the big organizations are leaving these $1,000,000 crumbs around that they can't be bothered with. And those $1,000,000 crumbs may turn into be $1 billion someday, but they don't know that. Nobody knows that. But $1 million is good enough for you, right? So that's what's neat about what's happening in our society, and you can take advantage of it too. Because none of this takes special knowledge, expertise, or whatever. It just means trial and error. Try something and find out what it works. Why does it? Because there's no cost to doing it that way. So watch. Well, Pranav Kasori, but more important, we want to know about Flick.io. You got an app and a little gadget, like that little gadget you have on your lapel. Now that's going to solve every problem in the world. From safety to your calling phones to opening doors. I mean, it's just incredible. No wonder you got almost $1 million in crowdfunding already. Wow. So the campaign, you got almost $900,000 already on your campaign, and that's just little buttons like this that brings everything to life through your phone, huh? God. Yeah. So I mean, there's so many applications. You got a dozen ways to use this thing, don't you? Come on, rattle some off for us so we know.
Yeah, sure. You can use Flick in your car when you're driving home as a late button, for example. That's something I usually do. I tend to be late to my meetings. Having a button, when I press it, it will send a message saying, like, this is my position. I will be 10 minutes late to my next.
So all I do is press that, the phone calls your wife or whatever, leaves a message. Hey, you know, I'm still at the bar or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, that's one. What else?
For your home, you can set up Flick. You know, a lot of people have home automation, like lights they can control your smartphone or your Sonos speaker, for example.
See.
And now you can have a button to control this.
So I want to turn on something. I know to take on my phone and figure it out and get through the locking system. So I just one button and everything turns on. Lights turn on if I want, or the radio, or the music, or anything like that. Wonderful. Okay, what else? How we do this? What's that?
You can also have it for serious purposes, like, for example, a distress button. You can wear it, and then if you're walking home in a dodgy area, you can hold it in and send a distress message to your friends and family saying, like, I need help, this is my position. Wow. Or you can have it for example, my grandmother, she lives in India, and she has a lot of grandchildren all around the world. So what I did, like, she wants to call people on Skype, but she doesn't really know how to use a smartphone. So what I did was I put up a picture frame of all the grandkids, and then I put a button next to each of every grandkid, and then when she presses it, it will start Skype and call that person.
Wow.
So now you have to do with your phone, she has to do
that's terrific. Well, even for me, I would love to have buttons. You know, people it's sort of like auto dial or something. You put in a number and you don't have to turn that machine on or whatever. Wow, well, that's terrific. Okay, what else? Come on. I know there's a dozen things.
So, I mean, there's of examples of not only what we have come up with, but what our users or what our backers have, proposed to do. So one of the most like we launched a website called ideas.flick.io where our backers could upload their ideas on what they would use Flick for. And one of the most voted functions was actually having a button, and when you press it, the lights will turn down or dim to red, and then we'll start to play the song "Let's Get It On" by Barry White.
Well, I like the opposite example you have. You're at a boring date, and you just press the button in your pocket, and your phone rings, and my mother's sick, I have to go home. Yeah,
yeah, the big call button. That's a popular one as well. Yeah, that's it.
Or actually, you set it up to take a selfie. So you put your phone on a wall or somewhere, or on a desk, and you back away and just press the button, and it takes a selfie. Wow,
that is completely correct. I mean, that's something we see a lot of people taking selfies, but you always try to.
Yeah, exactly. My arms aren't long enough. And they have these poles now and all that kind of crap.
We coined a word. I don't know if people are going to catch on to that, but we call it the shelfie instead.
You put the thing on the shelf. On the shelfie. Well, that's terrific.
Maybe not that great.
Well, I mean, and then the greatest thing about this, man, you're in the game for like $34. That's it. And you're using these things, and you can get a bunch of buttons, like 4 buttons for $99 or whatever. But each button you could use for 3 different applications, right? So you could have one on a door and have it call you, and something else,
to set it up, and I can stick Flick
all that kind of stuff. That's terrific.
I can even share this Flick with my roommate.
It's you as the user who determines what functions that you want your button to do. So it's really, you as the user have a customizable button. So for example, I have one by my door. So when I exit my house, I just press it once to find my phone. Or locate my phone because I never find it. I double press it, and it will show me when the next or it will read up from my phone when the next bus is going from my bus station, and then I hold it in, and then it will send a preset email to my co-founder saying that I'm on my way going my.
Wow, what is humans going to do anymore? We're going to have nothing to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We have all these great functions and apps in our phone, but it's really like we don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. It's not really that beyond your devices. The way that we live in our everyday life. So it's really just having a Flick button is really crucial. You never know what you need a button for until you actually.
And not only that, everybody started to look a little obnoxious with a phone in their hand all the time. And you look like you're not interested in the world or all this. So this time, your normal kind of things, you just press a button. And, you don't have to your face in the phone.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we learned in the States when we were there showing Flick, was that a lot of people associate this to like the Staples button, you know, the easy button.
Yes, yes.
Like this is actually like an easy button that actually does something. So
that's a fake button too, right? A fake button. Well, everybody's been getting this, man. Well, I mean, what a gift, because everybody's got a cell phone, right? So it's an Android, an iPhone, or whatever. And for $34, man, you give a powerhouse of stuff to people, right? And if you go to Flick, Flic.io, that's the now, the hip extension, right, that people use, .io. No more .com, .io. So Flic.io. And you're shipping already, even though you're still crowdfunding, man. You're shipping that sucker, so it won't be long at all before you get this, right?
We're not really shipping yet. We have shipped to our beta testers or our beta community, but we're starting shipping in, or commence shipping in a couple of weeks.
I see. Well, on crowdfunding, that's already. A lot of these things you have to wait till next year. Yeah.
I mean, I think we are really fast in the sense of like being a crowdfunded company or a crowdfunded product. So like our team has worked tremendously hard and they're really great. So yeah, now we're soon gonna ship this.
Well, thank you for figuring all this stuff out for us and making the life easier for the rest of us. And this is from a guy. What is your degree in again?
Molecular biology.
You never know, do you? Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.